Sudha ma'am, please. Yes, Sudha ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Welcome on this panel, Sudha ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes. So I think let's start. First of all, I welcome all of you. There are four members. We of four members are present here. Maybe three members may join later on. So let's start the panel discussion. Okay. So the purpose behind this post-exam stress management was only that the children always feel pressure. Initially, they were feeling pressure because of the examination. We all know the situation. But this is more terrible when they are waiting for their results, and then the results gets declared. Though then condition becomes sometimes becomes very worst. So there are lot there we can say there maybe a lot of reasons behind that. But one thing is clear that children are today's children are not they are getting everything. Actually, they are getting every type of support and help of teachers and parents. Okay, so today's students are citizens of tomorrow, and they are working very hard to become perfect, to achieve more, and to give more to the society. So they are working very hard. But every time situation doesn't remain the same. Okay, so today children are confronted with the new age of information, communication, and entertainment. So they get all material comforts, but still they feel disturbed. But still they are completely overwhelmed by the dark feeling such as helplessness, disorientation, emotional imbalance, and and anxiousness, that causing not just distraction but hampering mental growth as well. All of you must be agree with me. एक्चुअली मैंने अनम्यूट कर दिया है सबको, सो वी कैन गिव द रिस्पॉन्स टू एवरीवन.
True, true. Ma'am,
This issue, yeah.
100% agree with you.
Yes, Kanjan,
Exactly,
ma'am.
100% agree with
Yes.
you.
So,
Right, we
this,
are,
yes, ma'am.
yes. We are giving them so much comfort, money and everything. We are over pampering them, but really, we are missing them at some emotional side, some motivational side, some spiritual side.
Yes.
And it's very big thing these days that the students or the kids, they don't want to get socialized. They
Yes.
don't want to go with the, you can say, पहले हम चाहते थे नाना मामा के यहाँ चले गए.
Hmm.
Nowadays, the kids are not, they avoid, try to, they don't want to go there. They just want to
Yes.
remain within their own world. And
Yes.
that is, I guess, basic problem that they are getting stressed too much. Because
Yes.
man is a social animal and they must be socialized.
Yes, ma'am.
And
I.
one thing more, I guess, ma'am, you will be totally agree with me that the lifestyle as well as the lack of nutrition and all these things are also playing a major role.
Right. You are
So
right, ma'am. Yes.
exactly these certain problems are there. So we should focus on that basically.
Definitely. Definitely, ma'am. So, because of these problems that the children are facing, not only children are facing, society faces this type of problems. If we see the past facts about the students, then we find that more than 3 lakh students every year they commit suicide, and out of that 30% of the students are they are students and they commit suicide during this period of examination or after the examination. Okay, so I think there are a lot of reasons behind that, and which we are going to discuss today. So as Sudha ma'am told, and I would also like to mention this thing that कि रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी किसकी है इसमें, है ना. Then what is responsible for this present state of majority of our children? It is high time we should ask this question to us, that what has changed. The single most resounding answer to this question is academics and social pressure, definitely. So if we see in the
Ma'am,
past,
I guess,
then joint.
Sushma ma'am, sorry to interrupt you. I guess there is a big factor is that we are the parents. We are
Yes, ma'am.
comparing our kids with others also. कि उसके बच्चे ने ऐसा किया, मेरे बच्चे ने ऐसे, so that is creating more pressure and stress on the kids because each and
Yes,
every kid is a unique in him or
yes,
herself, and we cannot compare. And if
yes,
we are having the over expectations with them ki, that you have to get 90 or plus 90 or above 90 so that you can get good admission, some you can get admission at some good place, some good college, so we are creating extra pressure and extra stress on their mind. Maybe our kid uh, be good at something else. He or she may be good at art, you can say art and craft. He or she may be good at music rather than
yes, ma'am.
just the study.
Yes,
So
yes,
I
true.
guess the parents are somewhere
Yes, ma'am.
responsible.
As we can see, the joint families have become a thing of the past. It was really a very big sport for the children, for the we can say children in the family. So the extreme social pressure and academic success pressure is increasing day by day. So I think now I would like to introduce myself. I am Sushma Sharma. I am a life coach, and I most of the times this is my hobby to give guidance to the students, and I am an NLP practitioner also. So like me, all of you are the masters of your fields. Sagarika, am I right? All of you are masters of your
Yes.
field. So I would like to invite you people to discuss one by one, so that we could get some important points through you people and through your experiences, that what is going on, what are the reasons behind that. Every time, whenever we go for the discussion, what, why, and how, three things must be discussed. So, what is the problem? We all know. That's why we all are here, and why it is, and how. What are its remedies? We will discuss about these things. So, Sagarika ma'am, it's over to you first.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sushma Sharma, for having me over on this platform.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to share and humbled to share this platform with my other co-panelists here. So, well, today's topic is very close to my heart as it speaks about well-being. And I think we met on a well-being platform itself. And that is how I'm here today with you on this platform. So, yes, of course, it is a concern that our grade 10 and our grade 12 children post board, what is the future for them? Now, first of all, we need to understand that these children had been under a lot of pressure and stress, not only from the parents, it's also from the school, it's also from the school and it's also from the peers. So there's so much of competition. There's less collaboration currently, and there's more competition. So this competitive spirit in them, actually, these days they can't take it anymore. So it converts into stress. Secondly, there's also been a lot of binge eating wherein they have been very sedentary. There's been no exercise, no sports. So they all have been sitting at one place as couch potatoes and only studying. So I'm sure most of them have gained a lot of weight during the examination, especially when you are under stress, you tend to eat more. You tend to eat more. As a result, these children must have gained a lot of weight. I mean, for sure, I know that because my students have. So that is how. And then also at the same time, 1.5 months, almost not only 1.5 months, exams are over by 2nd of April, and they're expecting that by May 15, the results are going to be out. So almost 45 days, 50 days that the children are going to remain free. So I think the first thing that they need to do is get into a healthy lifestyle,
Yes.
because most of our children have been against the circadian rhythm. Currently, children are used to studying overnight and sleeping during the day. And most of them, I mean, you all will agree with me that most of them have this lifestyle because that is how their friends also study. All the group studies happen overnight. and in the daytime then they're sleeping, which is not really good for their health at all going ahead. We can't go against our circadian rhythm. We have to rise with the sun, we have to sleep before the sun, by the we have to finish everything by the moon rises and the sun sets. So first of all, they need to get into a good routine, good exercise routine, maybe a gym, because by the time these boys are around 16, when they boys and girls are 16, so I think that's a fair time to get into the gym and follow some routine. And also, over and above that, they can also indulge in some skill development. For example, Excel. It's important that these children know typing first of all, because that's the future. So typing is important, then learning Excel is important, though there is AI which has come, but these are skills that will help them throughout.
Yes.
Plus, at the same time, there's a MOOC platform. MOOC platforms are open platforms wherein there are a lot of courses available for the youth, which is free of cost, like entrepreneurship and behavioral, how to control your behavior, and then how to be a good orator, how to improve your communication. So these are soft skills. So this is the time when they don't have the curriculum pressure, when they don't have pressure from the school or parents. So I think they can hone these skills, which are the soft skills, and which are the non academic, which are non-academic. So see, academics, any which ways they do it in their schools, but then this is the right time, that when they are going to get into the actual world, because till grade 10 we mollycoddle our children. We mollycoddle them, we pamper them, we kind of guide them, we handhold them. But then now is the time that they are really going to get into the real world, so it is high time that they become independent. So even the girls and the boys together should, over and above move platforms, learning soft skills, they must also learn how to make their beds, do a little of cooking. The parents should be teaching them a little of cooking as a life skill, because this is also very important. That is, wherever you go, you need, these are skills that you should always know. So ironing clothes, cooking, then making the bed, packing a suitcase. These are very small life skills. So soft skills plus life skills, this is just the right time that all the parents should concentrate on getting getting their children ready for the future.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
making them ready for the future. So when you're hand holding them, this is how you need to do. Well, I could speak a lot on this, but then I would leave it for my other co-panelists to please join me and deliberate on this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Definitely, ma'am. So, Sudha ma'am, what about why?
Thank you so much, ma'am, Sushma ma'am. I really agree with Dr. Sagari that, and I'm happy to listen to her points as so nice of you, ma'am. Obviously, I am an associate professor. Let me first introduce myself also. I'm an associate professor at a management institute, and we are dealing with BBA, BCA, MBA students, as well as I'm also a wellness consultant
Yes.
for past 4 years approx. And we are again dealing with the stress management, happy hormones, and everything, and we are transforming the people. And I'm really very happy to listen to from Sagarika ma'am that this is the problem, lifestyle problem, as well as the circadian rhythm, going opposite of the circadian rhythm. Right. This is the biggest problem where obviously if the circadian rhythm is totally disturbed, then their hormones are disturbed. Cortisol hormone, which is a stress hormone, that is released more at that time. And as they are not getting enough nutrition and enough sleep, because they are indulged in mobile radiations and they are not going for any physical activity, they are just living in their own world with mobile and with mobile. And although I'm again saying that somewhere parents and the teachers are also responsible for it, because uh, we are not forcing them, we are not motivating them, rather I should use the word, we are not motivating them to that point that you should indulge. So for stress management, I should say that we should spend more and more time with our kids, at least, because we almost in the families, as Sushma has told, that the joint families have gone somewhere, and nowadays nuclear families are there. So almost parents are working, mother and father both are working, and so try to compensate the time with their kid with the money
This
and
is
with
one of
comforts.
the, I am interrupting you, ma'am. This is one of the biggest reasons
Yeah,
for this problem.
exactly, ma'am. Exactly. This is one of the biggest problem, ma'am. And we should rather focus on just giving them the money and the comforts. We should spend time with them. At least we should have some breakfast and dinner with them. So that. And we should go that if your kid is living in some hostel or in somewhere, so at least once a week you should spend some quality time. Either the mother or the father, both, either of them may be there,
Yeah,
and at least you should have a talk uh, each day, each and every day with your kid, so that they are getting some mental emotional support, because that is missing somewhere. And
yes,
that's why the suicidal attempts are these days. I'm dealing with the students in BBA, BCA, as they have just passed the 12th class. So what we are doing, we are just having the mentor system in our institute. And mentoring means we are acting just like their parents at the institute. We give them that freedom that they can tell us about each and everything about them. They can tell us about their what they think about the society, फ्रेंड्स कौन है उनके, अच्छा वो कैसा फील कर रहे हैं, each and everything we focus on. It is not only the academics, it is not only the academics. I always used to say to the students that academics is just 25% of your life, just 25%. It's not 100%.
yes,
Something is more. And I'm also having my daughter, she is 18 plus now, she is doing BTech first year, so I'm obviously having the same problem. I'm dealing with the same problem. So it's my and I'm working also, so it's my always one of the biggest priority that I'm talking to her once a day, at least. And she's living in Gurgaon, I'm living in Charkhi Dadri, so I need to her father is visiting her twice or thrice a week, so that we are always having an emotional attachment with her. And we try to bring her at each and every place in with each and every relative. जहां भी हम जाते हैं उसको लेके जाते हैं. Although it is a tendency of the kids these days कि नहीं मुझको वहां नहीं जाना है, मुझको वहां नहीं जाना है. Because they want to live in that particular cozy shell, they are just busy in their own world. But being parents, being teachers, it our utmost liability, it our utmost responsibility that we have to bring them out of that shell, ताकि वो बाहर निकले, वो अपनी
definitely.
चीजों को बताएं.
बिल्कुल,
Am
बिल्कुल.
I right?
Yes, बिल्कुल right.
So we should focus them, or we can do that. We can go them with them on a long walk. We can have some workouts with them. Enjoying, it will be enjoying,
But yeah,
right? And obviously, some healthy habits we can just inculcate them, because देखो बच्चे वही करते हैं जो वो देखते हैं. जो हम कहेंगे वो बच्चे नहीं करेंगे. They will do whatever they see. Monkey does, monkey sees.
yeah,
बंदर वही करता है जो देखता है. सेम
yes,
इज विद द किड्स. वो जैसे पेरेंट्स को देखेंगे वो वही फॉलो करेंगे. सो फर्स्ट, बीइंग द टीचर्स, being the student parents, we have to first focus on ourselves. We are not getting stressed from anything, है ना? And if we are getting stressed, so we should not show that stress to our kids.
yes,
So
definitely.
it is our primary responsibility. Am I right, Sushma ma'am, Kanchan ma'am?
Yes.
Are you agree with me?
So, Kanchan ma'am, please unmute
Yes, yes,
yourself.
absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, absolutely. Each and every point was quite agreeable. I totally agree with you. That is how we help our students, our own kids, uh, stress free and happy and burden free, right? So they are not under any pressure, and the sole responsibility I think lies on our shoulders as educators as well as parents, right? So as parents and as educators, both we can perform the role of keeping our students stress free by giving emotional support to them, right? By being with them and by allowing them the freedom of, as you said, you take your daughter to all the relatives wherever you go for attending functions and all. That's the best thing I would say. So that shows that you're giving value to your child. Your child would feel valued, the child would feel special, and the child would also, knowingly or unknowingly, whether you're doing it intentionally or unintentionally, the child will feel that she or he will get the feeling, exactly the feeling that her parents or his parents are proud of her or proud of him, right? So we are, unintentionally, unknowingly giving the message to them. So we give them the confidence that we like them, we appreciate them, they are valuable to us, right? And we are proud to take them to the relatives. See, there are parents like this. Reminds me of a beautiful thing that there are many parents who keep nagging their children, who keep telling their children, you're good for nothing, or see his or her son is doing so well, is scoring so well, and you are not scoring. You're making me ashamed. I feel embarrassed. What will I reply in front of relatives? Rather, like, in contrary to all these things, you're taking your child, you're taking your young adult girl to every occasion, to every relative, so that automatically gives a message that you are proud of her, and that would definitely keep the child stress free. So that's a very that's a beautiful thing actually. And I agree to all the points as you said that education or academics is just 25% of one's life. So life has to be full of like other things like soft skills, life skills, confidence, right? Participation or involvement in co-curricular activities, and how actively you participate, how sportive you are, how good you are at interacting with others. So life constitutes of all these things. And as Sagarika ma'am also said, that was also very beautiful idea. Like she has given amazing ideas that this is the time when we can nurture in our kids the soft skills plus life skills. Now she mentioned a few life skills which were like really admirable. I really appreciate, and I really want to learn that. That she mentioned like packing bags, right, or helping in the kitchen, or maybe gardening. She gave a few very nice examples. Packing bags and maybe I think making the room tidy or something like that. So these are the life skills, girls apparently learn from their mothers, being with their mothers, but boys do not learn. And this is the era in which we need to teach these life skills to girls as well as boys. There should be no discrimination at all. And these days, actually, girls also are there. They also lag behind. They also don't know how to do all these things, how to be self sufficient. So this is the time actually. And if we engage them in these activities, they would automatically be no stress, right? In fact, to add to this, I would say I suggest to my students, I recently suggested to all my students on the first day of reopening of the school that since now you have less burden of studies, because like first 1 week or maybe 2 weeks in case of a few subjects, we would be having light, transaction, light dissemination of knowledge. The curriculum, the curriculum transaction would be a little slow, little gradual, because we would be more focusing on the revision of the concepts that were taught last in the last session, and then gradually we would be picking up with the new concepts. So this is the time when you would have less burden. So why not nurture a hobby? So I told them this is the time after going home you spend some time in doing your homework and spend more time on nurturing or developing a hobby. That can be singing, that can be playing on the instrument, that can be writing stories, articles, or poetry. And I always tell my students, in fact, in the last session I took last academic session, as a principal, I had taken a combined session for the students of grade 5 to grade 10. So I had given them option that grade 5 to 9 have to attend my session on writing, how to write poetry actually, how to write poems on their own. And it was a live session wherein students wrote live. I gave a few topics after I explained different types of poetry. I gave them some topics, and then they wrote live. Quickly, they came with nice limericks like comedy, funny poems, humorous poems, and all, and then some quatrains, 4-line poems, and all. So I'd given this option to the 10th graders. If they wish, like whoever are the writers and poets, whoever have those instincts in themselves or that kind of inclination of writing, they can join the session. So I gave them the freedom. Others can attend their regular lecture. So many students turned up actually to my session and they enjoyed. So they first of all liked, and I have heard from some parents that they took the message back home that the principal had given us the choice of coming. Though we are in the 10th grade, so she had given us the choice of attending this session, and we did attend and we enjoyed also, and we composed some poetry on the spot, impromptu. All right. So we can tell them now, along with imparting to them the life skills. Now they can nurture some hobby. They can spend time on their hobby, and it can be constructive. It would be their intellectual property, right? Maybe writing poetry, writing articles, writing their own book and getting it published, or maybe doing some research, uh, creating some scientific project of their own. So everything will be adding to their intellectual property. right? So this way they would be spending beautiful time, very productively, very creatively, and there will be no regrets. No regrets, right? Apart from that, I, as a student, after my 10th grade, because in my 10th grade, I had fallen sick. I had fallen terribly sick. So I could not study up to the expectations of my teachers. My teachers, all my teachers expected me to score above 95%. In fact, I did not know I was that intelligent. I never knew. All right, but my teachers all of a sudden had started expecting. They would tell that you are very casual actually. You always keep frolicking, keep laughing and all. But then you need to be serious and you need to study because we have lots of expectations from you. But then I suddenly fell sick, and then the entire year I had become anemic, and then entire year was terrible. Like for a few months I was literally at home. So I could not study very well. But then, and at that time, there's so much pressure of the expectations. Parents had expectations because teachers had told them she's a bright child. She's excellent at mathematics. She's excellent at English. She's very good at science. She's very good at Hindi, Sanskrit. Only SSC is so. Like she's horrible in it. So parents had lots of expectations, and now we have seen that even Raju Rastogi of Three Idiots, right? Under pressure, he had started scoring miserably bad, right? So that's what the condition of mine. I had fallen sick, and I was under tremendous pressure that I have to fulfill expectations of my parents. So you can imagine after I became anemic and after I sit at home for a few months, how I would have taken my exams and how terribly I would have scored. I scored 56%, and I expected that much only after my exam. I had my real actual assessment. But then what I felt was, slowly I was recouping. So I felt grades are not important. At that time, under that tremendous pressure, I would have thought of maybe suicide, which is a fashion these days, right? Let us suicide end our life and then we'll become a hero. That, I was supposed to be on top of the world. I was supposed to be a topper academically. And since I am not, see how sad I am. So that is heroic actually. That's a heroic act. I was not that heroic. I thought, let us build the concepts. I loved mathematics very much. So what I felt is, before exam, I could not finish as much I would have. So after exams, actually, I literally voraciously completed my entire book of mathematics. So
Yes.
after exams were over. So even that we can teach our students that you should be craving for, you should be hungry for knowledge,
Yes,
expertise,
Sanjana.
excellence, not
You are
grades.
right.
Right? We
So,
don't have to be, or we
Sarika
did
ma'am,
not be a foxy some race,
are
right?
you
We need
agree
not
with
be the
Kanchan
foxy
ma'am?
some race. Yes, ma'am.
Sagrika ma'am is
Yes,
agree
yes,
with you and
yes, yes.
wants to say something.
Okay.
No, I
Yes,
said
ma'am.
very well said, but I need to move to another 7:30. I have another meeting. Uh, Dr. Sushma, I had informed you about it. So can I log out?
Definitely, ma'am. But I think
Yes.
we want some message, some positive message from your side to the children, we can say, and for we people also, so that we have,
Yeah.
because every person has his or her own experience. With your experience, but you assess and what you want to say regarding this.
Yeah. So as a signing off point, I would like to inform all the parents and we educators also. We must be hand in glove. We always should be hand in glove for the betterment of the children because this is the trust that the parents lay on us by giving their children to us and develop them. So the last signing off message is that every child is important for us and every child's growth is our responsibility,
Yes.
and only when we take it seriously will we look into the holistic development of the child, that is which is very important. It is not only about academics, it's not only about education, but as I said, it's about skill development, about soft skill, about financial skills, about spiritual skills. Let them, as Dr. Sudha said, that taking them to the relatives, so that is about the social skills, but also a little bit of financial skills, take them to the bank, let them understand what is a checkbook, what's a passbook, and all of those. Let them do some transactions because this is the time 18, they can have their own bank account. So then, they can do the GPay, Paytm, everybody knows, but nobody knows actually how does a bank function. So maybe these are the things. So financial skills and spiritual skills, taking them to satsangs, taking them for Gita classes, Ramayana classes, whatever, religion, let them read the religious texts. They are available in story form, in comic forms, in various forms they are available. So spiritual growth, financial growth, social growth, then relationship, maintaining relationship, and then as I spoke about the life skills. So these are all that we need to look into our children, and the onus lies on us. And let's all together join hands and go together. So thank you very much, Dr. Sushma, for having me over, and I'm very glad to have shared this platform with Kanchan and Dr. Sudha. Wonderful meeting all of you. So, with your permission, please let me sign off. I have another meeting to
Thank you,
attend.
Dr. Sagarika. And
Thank
it's
you.
again
Thank
a
you.
very
Thank you.
pleasure moment for us to share this panel discussion with you, ma'am.
Thanks.
And
We'll
a
connect.
lot of
We'll
learnings
connect.
from your side.
We'll,
Definitely next
we'll
time with
connect.
some
Yes.
other topic we will connect. Okay.
Yes, sure, 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 sure,
I
sure,
wish
sure.
to
Thank you very
extend
much.
my gratefulness to Dr. Sagarika ma'am. It was really an honor to share the screen on your screen with you.
Yes.
Really
Yeah.
an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much
Wonderful.
for your
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Remain blessed,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Kanchan ma'am, what do you think with this pressure that occurs on the mind of the children? So, what type of effects you people see as a principal, as a teacher, as an educator? What type of how we come to know that the child is feeling something different, and she is under pressure?
Ma'am, first of all, their inclusion, their involvement, or in fact participation, starts dwindling. They hesitate. Their expressions itself, the facial expression. If you see, there is a lot of hesitation. There is they start losing that glow. They start losing that charm, right? Even girls, boys, both have charm, right? So when they are in the natural state, natural, happy, blissful state, there is different glow on their face. And gradually, when they are under pressure, the charm, the glow has disappeared, right? And their involvement, they are not actively involving, they are not getting involved in the discussions. If you just make general, like now I live in this place, I have many students in the vicinity. So I walk to the market and there are a lot of good evening, ma'am, good evening, ma'am, good evening, ma'am. So I see lots of people, lots of my students. And when I come across the students of 10th grade, especially, or the 12th grade, we have 12th also, commerce and science. So if I come encounter those students, there is, unwritten pressure on their face. They do not interact the way they did earlier. Then I have to tell them, cheer up, what happened? Like, and then I just like, behave as a neighbor only. I didn't interact with them as a neighbor. So how are you utilizing your time now? Are you watching movies? Are you having fun? Or what do you do in the evening? These days, evenings are so nice, no, so pleasant. The afternoons are becoming very hot and hot, like warmer and warmer every day. But evenings are very pleasant. So how are you utilizing? Are you playing something in the evening? So this is how I interact with them. Like no discussion on exams and how their exams were.
Right.
Then they
Right.
feel a little relieved. And
Right.
ma'am, I would add, like, what we can do there then, apart from telling them to nurture a skill or nurture a talent, we can also give them the liberty of enjoying their life. Like if they want to watch movies, let them watch. If they want to watch even cartoons, whatever shows they want to watch, or if they want to do a little bit of fashion, right, let them do. They should enjoy, because the more engaged they are, the more stress free they would be. Like they would not be worried about what their results are going to be. And even that would be nurturing, right? Even the health, if they save their health, if they increase or tone up their body shape, as Sagarika ma'am also had said, that this is the time they join gym. Even if they don't join gym, if they do yoga, that will give them mental peace and building up of the body and relaxation also. So that would be their preparation for the future, to take up more load, more stress of studies, because ultimately, eventually, they have to take more stress, right? And
Definitely.
finally, if somebody is still under stress, if somebody is still not getting rid of the pressure and is not able to come out of those thoughts, like those daunting thoughts, how bad they have performed in their exams, just ask them one thing. I would say, what would be the worst thing?
Yeah.
What would be the worst thing? Worst thing may be, your results, your report card show very low grades. The worst thing would be you would be maybe scolded. Worst and worst thing. If the parents do not support you, they do not, try to tranquilize you, or they do not, what I would say, be with you. They are not with you emotionally, and then they do not say that it's okay to be not okay. Worst thing will be they'll scold you. Maybe they'll scold you bitterly. Maybe people will ridicule you. They'll do mockery of you. Let's see how proud he was of his intellectual abilities, how proud his parents were that my son is so good in this subject and that subject, and my son is going to be meritorious this year, and I'm going to be a very proud father, a proud mother. And look at them now. Look at them, how poorly his son or his daughter has scored. That would be the worst.
Yes,
Is
Kanchan.
it going to be worse than that? It can't be worse than that. It is not going to take your life. It is not going to spoil your life. See the other side, right? You may still have a glorious future. Like, it's not the end. It's not the end. There are a number of glorious things, beautiful things that will happen in your life. If you just focus on it, if you just focus on it, daunting, how haunting also it
Yes.
becomes for students. They are they're into their different world. We can't leave them so easily because we can just offer some verbal helps or verbal consolation. Sometimes it works really, but sometimes it doesn't work. They listen to us and they keep nodding to whatever we say, but ultimately, in their mind there are some different thoughts. And sometimes like suicidal tendencies and all, whatever efforts we put in order to help them stay away from it, they cannot, because maybe sometimes it doesn't work. And hence parents ought to listen to such sessions, and parents ought to take part in such sessions, right? So you've really chosen, and this is the right time, this is the time when students need counseling, this is the time students need meditation, therapy, help, everything, counseling, right? So yes, so my point was we should tell our students, children, whoever are around us, that there is not going to be, like, this is not going to be the end of life. And nothing would be worse, worse than that can be tolerated or that can be dealt with. Everything that may happen as a consequence of your result can be easily dealt with, can easily be managed, and it's not going to ruin your life. Understand one thing for sure and keep it in your mind that it is not going to ruin your life. Rather, there are going to be number of opportunities. Yes, I do agree. We all of us agree that they must perform well academically. They must gain the knowledge of every subject to the highest degree possible, right? They must gain expertise over everything. But then there's a limit to everything, right? So we can't expect too much of perfection in everything. So if it is achieved, well and good. If it can't be achieved, it is not the end. There are many students, who were poor performers, who were backbenchers, they have become IAS officers, they have become even doctors. What we
Most of
feel,
the
what
time.
we are told since,
Yes, most of the
right,
time
ma'am?
this thing
Ever
happen.
since our
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Yes. So they say no, jab jago tab savera. So
Yes.
even if you are waking up late, but then if you are excelling, if you are polishing your skills, if you are doing the things consistently, putting genuine effort, putting keen effort, then you ought to achieve the desired level of success, the desired level of excellence, and then nobody and nothing can stop you from being successful in life, and nobody and nothing under the sun can stop you, from fetching glory for yourself and your parents, your family, your entire nation also, right?
Really
So
nice.
life is going to be glorious, life is going to be amazing, and you are going to enjoy the life. This is not the end. The only thing is that you have to save your life for that, right? If life is not there, then how would you enjoy it, right?
You're
So this
right.
way, I think we can help our students out to be stress free after
So,
their
Sudha
exam
ma'am,
work.
what you want
And
to
most important is, like, I would commonly
uh, what would you suggest,
yes,
Sudha ma'am?
please.
Said what steps can be taken to
Yes.
make the children stress free, pressure free, and they must enjoy their life. Yeah.
Ma'am, the things that they should go for positive affirmations, visualizations. We must have these type of techniques for our kids, for our students, because when they visualize the thing that what we are going to have in the future, obviously they will have that type of environment in the mind. Either going to have the positive affirmations that I'm the best one, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm stress free, I'm financially free, I'm the most beautiful soul on the earth. So obviously in that way they are relieving their stress, they are relieving their stress. And we can ask them to see, I always say that the words matter a lot, words matter a lot in the universe. Whatever message you are throwing into the universe, it will be coming back to you.
I little bit disagree, Kanchan ma'am. So sorry, Sudha ma'am. I think words speaks less and action works more.
Sushma ma'am, I'm not saying those words, I'm saying that words of positivity,
Yeah.
words of motivation to ourselves,
Yes.
to motivate, self motivation, self motivation. If the students, the kids
I
are having
agree
self
to this,
motivation.
ma'am. You know, Sudha ma'am, I totally agree with this actually. I think ma'am, Sushma ma'am, yes, I think you did not get her point. She was saying like whatever positive we send for ourselves to the universe, it comes back to you. You know, I'm just 39 years old, and at the age of 37, I have started saying I'm going to be the principal next year. I'm going to be the principal next year. People called me crazy actually. My parents called me crazy. So I said next year principal, next year principal, next year principal. This is how I would chant it like a mantra, and I became a principal at the age of 38. Right?
Yes.
So this really works actually. All right. So
Yeah, yeah.
I really
Actually,
agree.
Kanchan ma'am, thank you so much for being so humble to me and agreeing to me. Actually, the things that whatever we have experienced, we have to tell that to the students, right? If we are saying them that be positive always, be always in the visualization state that you are going everything good for in the life. So they will visualize that and they will affirm that.
Sudha ma'am, we
And
always
it can be,
do. We should do. Can we change some word at the place for should?
pardon ma'am?
We always say we should do that, they should do that, they should do that. I think सिर्फ should कह देने should
No,
से
no, no, ma'am.
बात नहीं बनती
मैंने
है.
ही कहा ना
But
पहले हमें मैंने yes ma'am, I have told you that monkey see monkey does, the student see student does, the kids see kids does. If I am punctual, I am saying that see my dear students, I am happy, I am healthy. You have to assume that we should make them visualize those things.
yes,
You are the unique one for us. You are so much precious for us. I am precious for myself. I am unique in on the earth. I am unique in the universe. Obviously, if we are sending this message to our students, to our kids, obviously that will automatically will be a part in their life.
agree, agree. Yes, definitely agree, Sudha ma'am.
So
So
we should have these visualization techniques. We should teach them these affirmations. And I was totally agree with Kanchan ma'am also that we should engage them always in one or another activity
yes,
so that they are not having time to get stressed.
yes,
प्रॉब्लम ही वहां होती है खाली दिमाग शैतान का घर जैसे ही आप खाली बैठे आप कहीं ना कुछ बिकॉज ह्यूमन बींग्स आर नेगेटिवली डिजाइंड बाय डिफॉल्ट दे आर नेगेटिवली डिजाइंड हमें हमेशा ना नेगेटिव चीजें जल्दी अट्रैक्ट करती हैं पॉजिटिविटी की तरफ वी आर गोइंग लेस कंपैरेटिवली बिकॉज ह्यूमन बींग की टेंडेंसी ऐसी है
yes.
बाय डिफॉल्ट वी आर नेगेटिवली डिजाइंड है ना सी वी ऑलवेज स्टैंड फॉर हेल्दी फूड अनहेल्दी फूड
हाँ,
बट वी हैव टू ईट द हेल्दी फूड टेम्पटेशन हमेशा अनहेल्दी चीजों की होती
Yes,
है ना
correct, agree.
तो वी हैव वी हैव टू डू दिस थिंग
Yes,
क्योंकि
yes,
उस नेगेटिविटी से पॉजिटिविटी तरफ लाना है हमको उनको धीरे धीरे
right.
वन बाय वन बाय स्पेंडिंग क्वालिटी टाइम विद देम बाय हैविंग मोर एंड मोर टॉक्स अबाउट देम एंड अगेन
By
obviously
cracking
we should
jokes,
ask them
right?
yeah
By
obviously
cracking jokes
and
also in front of them.
some stories also like now Ramayana Navratri why the Navratras are celebrated what is the occasion why India is so much religious place what is our culture when you are engaging them in such beautiful activities then obviously at one point of time they will be in that aura in that zone
yes, right. Definitely, I agree
so
with you. So, Kanchan ma'am, do you agree with Sudha ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Totally. I totally agree with it. As she said, no visualization. We have to teach them how to visualize good things. I can give an example. I can share my own example. I have a habit of like we all educators pondered a lot over how we are going to begin the new session, right? Like what would be my first day address, or maybe what how should be my first day lecture, right? Whether I'll be taking cross introduction or introduction, or I'll take an activity. So one day, in one particular year, I had planned for my 10th graders. 9th graders had come to 10th grade and they were all I had planned for them visualization only, I told them, showed them, see, this is the screen. Can you see? I would say literally this. Can you see? So there was a girl named Kirti. Kirti sitting in her office, large lavish office, a large table, Indian flag, the flag of India, the tricolor, mounted behind, and it's written what I would say, IAS officer, right? Or collector of this and this city, this and this state. So, and then I said, another boy, he was tall and handsome boy. I said, he's Yashwin. Can you see? Uh, Large multi-story office, and on the 17th floor, from where, the all the walls, most of the walls of the office are of glass, and through the glass you can see other multi-story buildings. You can see the sea also on one side, and like such beautiful lavish office. He is standing with his files. There's a secretary dressed
Many
very
people.
smartly, looking young, dashing, charming, and he's discussing certain meeting agenda with his secretary. So this is how I showed dreams to each and every student, and they really visualize. This is how I started my session, the first day of the session, by showing them the dream, that this is the dream, this can happen a reality. Then for somebody I took the name of some city of India, for somebody I took the name of some city of a foreign country, different foreign countries, and various positions for everybody. Then I said, choose whatever you want. Choose whichever position in whichever city, whichever country you want. You can go there. Once you choose for yourself, you'll be working towards gaining it, towards achieving it. The stage is all yours. Perform and rock the stage, right? So
Yeah.
this is how I really feel visualization works. And believe me, ma'am, that class of mine was the most excited class and most energetic class throughout the year then, because I started for them that way. And I could see the vibe. Like there comes a vibe from a particular group of students also, wherein we can fully express ourselves. And then once that those vibes are matched, then throughout the year we keep reciprocating them, right? We tell them something, they reciprocate, they share with us something, and we reciprocate, and this way the energy level goes on increasing. Really the visualization works, and then every day we step towards more and more positivity. So this is how I feel. Yes, we can keep our students stress free, and we ourselves also feel very much energized with them then, right? Thank you, Sudha ma'am, and thank you, Sushma ma'am. Thank you very much.
So it was really very wonderful session today. We came to know a lot
Thank
of
you so much, Kanchan ma'am. Thank you, Sushma ma'am. Really a nice
all.
platform as well as to listen to you guys. Thanks
Yes,
a lot.
exactly. This 1 hour was really very fruitful. I think so. We have got a lot of points, lot of ideas, and a lot of strategies we have come to know from each other. So definitely in future we will also once again try to do this type of panel discussion,
Sure, ma'am.
and
Sure.
so that
Obviously.
where we would
Sure.
like to invite parents also. Okay. So, thanks, ma'am. Thanks, Kanchan, ma'am. Thanks, Sudha, ma'am. Once
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you, Sushma ma'am. Thank you, Kanchan ma'am. And a lot of thanks to our
you,
Dr.
ma'am.
Sagarika ma'am. Although she has left. Bye, ma'am. Good night, everybody.
Right,
Thank you
right.
so much.
I also got enlightenment, lots of enlightenment, and we can take this, like carry forward this enlightenment to other teachers, fellow teachers of us, and the students also. So this is really going to help me, help my teachers and students. Really, thank you so much.
I would
Thank
like
you.
to stay connected with you, so Kanchan, ma'am, and Sudha, ma'am. Definitely.
Sure, sure, ma'am. Sure. It will
Sure,
be
ma'am,
my
sure.
pleasure.